Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode, as you can tell by my voice, I'm still sick, so I'm not going to be streaming, but I did want to get this video out to you guys. It's basically just a bunch of duels that I had with Sword Soul. I've really liked Sword Soul as of late, and I changed up my deck just a little bit from the last video, and played around with it. Don't know if this is better or worse, or what have you, but I really like some of the cards that are in here. So let's quickly do the changes. I took out a Maxi. Maxi, it feels like everyone who, it feels like everyone who has a problem with Maxi has so many outs to it. Triple Ash Blossom, the double called by, and most people are also playing triple cross-out Designator in order to deal with that. So it just feels like, realistically, this is way worse. So I added in a second Imperm. Sorry about that, had to cough. Added in the second Imperm, added in a Sacred Summit as well, and added in 2 Heavenly Dragon Circles. That's basically all the changes. I also took out Nib. But basically the reason that I did this is because Heavenly Dragon Circle gets you to Halka-Fibrax way more consistently, because you can tribute off a token in order to special summon out and add Hara. To just go for Halka-Fibrax there. And then Sacred Summit allows you to bring back something like a Moye that you dumped off of maybe a Taya or what have you, in order to continue your combos further, which is very, very nice. So, all in all, there you go. That's basically it. So, let's hop into the duels and see how this goes. Alright, and here we are in our first duel. Going first! So, we are going to activate Emergence because I'm like, well, I think they have something. Turns out it's a Maxi. Fantastic. Great, now I don't get to play the game. We also drew O-Lion because, of course, I did. I'm just going to add the long one here, set the O-Lion, and pass, and be like, don't kill me, 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 don't kill me. And it's Cyber Dragon. They have a high chance that they could kill me, but then I did the math and I was like, there's like nothing that actually kills me here. There's a few things that get close, but because of specifically O-Lion, it's very difficult for them to actually kill me. So they grab up their Chimera here. They're going to activate the Realm in order to give the extra normal for Chimera. Chimera is going to pitch to add the Power Bond, to which I'm like, okay, there are a few things that they could go for, especially after seeing this machine dupe. It could either be Cyber End, which they try to pierce over and just kill me that way, or it could be Chimera Tech Rampage Dragon, which could, I mean, that's 42, or sorry, 3 attacks at 4,200, which is technically enough to kill me. So if they had gone for that, I would have been dead, but we'll just see. And if they had ordered their attacks correctly. So they're going to go for the Power Bond here. They're going to go for the Cyber End Dragon, which is a big boy. I mean, if this had 0 defense, I'm dead. But alas, it has 1,000, so I'm not quite dead. Hip hip hooray. We're going to special summon out the token. They're going to dome into it and proceed to the end phase. Take 4k from Power Bond. At this point, because we had the Ecclesia, this is why it was okay to just pass, because I was like, well, if I don't die, I have an amazing follow-up. Sorry. So with the Ecclesia, we can just special it out, activate it, hope that they don't have an Ash Blossom. Out comes Moye. I don't know why I go for Moye instead of, like, a Taya, since I already have Moye and I could have just normaled it. But it's fine. I'm going to reveal the Adhara, and then I'm going to use this little trick with the Heavenly Circle in order to tribute off the token that we got to go for a second Adhara. Again, haven't used my normal, which is the important part. So we're going to go Hulk, and we're going to go through the Hulk line here. Bring back the 001. We go for Yazi here. Yazi is going to pop itself as well as the Cyber End in order to bring out a Taya. So Taya's effect is going to activate. We are going to banish the Emergence and give ourselves a token. I activate the Emergence here, and for some reason I thought you could target the token. So just in case, like, I didn't actually want to go into a 10 here, I could go for an 8 still. Turns out, can't do that. Have to target a worm, which is dumb of me to forget that. So Doesn't really matter, we can still go for a 10 here, which allows us to go into Baron. So we're going to go Baron, we're going to activate Taya, mill the Ashana, we're going to pop their last card, activate the long one, and at this point the game is basically over. But we'll keep doing some interesting things. So we're going to banish the Ashana to get us a Vishuddha here, and then we're going to normal the Adhara to go for Chi-Xiao. Chi-Xiao is going to search out a, I believe, yeah, a blackout here. And then they scoop it up, realizing that the game is over. Alright, so here we are going second, and we drew Called By, Imperm, Ash Blossom, all of which are pretty decent going second. So, we see Secret Password come down. I'm going to Ash Blossom that because it does get them basically full combo off of this. So I'm like, yeah, we need to kind of stop that. But turns out they already had the full combo. So they're going to search out the Leela here off of the Sunny Snitch. They're going to activate Leela, to the which I will Imperm. Again, this is more or less the best targets to hit. Both of them are full combo, right, in the monster and in the spell. So if you could stop either one of those, it's pretty nice. We draw another Heavenly Circle, which is actually terrible for us. Reason being, Moye does nothing now. So I'm just going to normal this Moye. They're going to activate Maxi, to the which I go, okay. And then I just dome into them. I do have to take the 500, but that's fine. We deal 12. And then main phase 2, I'm going to actually activate the Heavenly Circle in order to grab Taya, so that I have guaranteed follow-up and I don't have to rely on something that I draw. At the least, I have something. Then we're going to set the Called By and pass the turn. They're going to go Harpy's Feather Duster here. I'm going to activate the Called By and Called By the Leela. So this is very solid for us. They basically don't get full combo with the Leela here, or at least with it Called By'd. So there's that. They just end the turn. So we have Taya, which is very nice. At least we can do something. And we drew into Ashana, which is, again, very good for us. So we're going to go Ashana here into a Monk of the Tenyi. And then we will activate the second effect of the Heavenly Dragon Circle in order to add to our hand a Adhara. This allows us to go for the Halqifibrax line, which we will do right now. Oh, just kidding. Effect Veiler comes down. Okay. I knew that they had probably something like Effect Veiler or, well, they didn't have Imperm, but, okay. So things are going to get interesting here. Effect Veiler Nib. Okay. Well, we can still go for the Ashana here in order to go for Vishuddha. Then, with the Vishuddha, we can go into a Monk at the Tenyi, activate the Vishuddha effect in order to send back their Nibiru, and then we can go for... Alright, we can grab back the Vishuddha, because we haven't actually special summoned it using its own effect, so we can go for the Vishuddha here, and then we can go into Shaman of the Tenyi, which requires 2 worms, hence why we needed another worm. Then we can actually add back the Taya. Because Taya's effect didn't activate, they immediately fired off their Nibiru. It allows us to go for the Taya here in order to grab the token, and then we can go for our Draco Berserker of the Tenyi. I could have also potentially gone for a Chi-Xiao. The reason I didn't is because it doesn't get the search, and specifically against the Live Twin deck, Draco Berserker kind of is just an FTK. They normal summon, they activate the effect, and I just banish it, and then they special summon the other guy, but now they don't have the monster engraved, so it's like, it's the end of the game, basically. We're going to pitch the Ashana, and then proceed to battle, and at this point, I don't know what they could even top deck, since we know that they have Nibiru, and they're going to try and give up. Yeah, not a lot that they can do against Draco Berserker. Now, this game is actually rather funny. So, as you can see, I have basically full combo and max C in hand, which is pretty nice. So we're going to go for the Ashana here. We're going to link off the Ashana for the Monk. Go for Adhara. Adhara into the Halq. Go for the Halq line. Aurora Dawn. Yada yada. You've seen this. Get the 3 tokens. Bring back the desk bot. Go for the 7 of the Yazi. Pop the Yazi. Yazi effect, bring out the Moye. Moye, Taya, reveal. Go for it, the Chi-Xiao. Chi-Xiao effect, Moye effect. add Vishuddha, and then search out the Emergence. Emergence will search out Protoss, activate Taya, banish, summon, go for Draco Berserker, Taya effect, ascend the Adhara, go for Long One. Long One is going to special summon out the Baron. Now, I put it in defense for one reason, and one reason alone. It allows me to keep the Baron if they end up having something like a Lightning Storm. And because Baron has 2400, I'm like, well, that's still slightly difficult to get over. Realistically, probably could have just put it in defense, or in attack. Putting it in defense kind of doesn't do anything. But I still do. Activate the Long One. Go for the Protoss. Now here I have a choice. I can either call the Light or the Dark. Either way, I'm either going to lose Draco Berserker or I'm going to lose the Chi-Shao. Now, the reason I actually choose to go for the Light is because of the fact that a lot of OTK decks in particular, which my opponent has no hand traps, so I'm like, okay, they're still here. They didn't activate a hand trap. They might be playing an OTK deck. So I call Light, because that stops Numeron, that stops Crusadia, that stops a lot of just decks that want to OTK in particular. So there's that. Also, I think Draco Berserker is a little bit more difficult to deal with than the Chi-Shao. Yes, having a negate is nice, but having a banish is even scarier. So we'll pass it back to the opponent and see what they have. Oh, okay, yeah. Drawing more cards. Mothman. All right, and oh, it's deep draw dangers. Okay, now I activate my Maxi one too late, which actually ends up being my saving grace in the end. But yeah, I'm actually going to negate the Goki Pole because if I don't, they're gonna special summon. They're gonna pop the Baron, and then at that point, it's like game over. So I have to actually negate the Goki Pole here. And then I accidentally activate the Draco Berserker here on the Armageddon Knight, which does, quite frankly, literally nothing. But you know, well, now it's banished. So they're going to send the Zephyros, special the Zephyros, go into Garrus, and I drew Ash Blossom here, so I can hopefully stop them. Right? Okay, yeah. Oh, they pitched the Mothman, and then they pitched Brow. Okay, well, it looks like they're still able to draw through their entire deck. I really don't know what their plan is. I always see this deck, well, I don't always, but whenever I see this deck, they never do anything. I understand what their plan is, but they always draw through their entire deck, and then just sit there and look at me and go, all right, now die. And I go, what? You didn't do anything. You just drew through your entire deck and did nothing. And they actually get to show off their whole combo, their whole plan, their whole idea. And let me tell you, it's not as interesting as you might think. I actually sniped the Thunderbird here, which is it probably saved me actually. You'll see why in a minute. They're going to keep special summoning. They're going to keep drawing. Yeah, Dark World dealing. We're just going to keep pitching stuff. I mean, you've seen this. I just want to let it play out, though. They go all 4 materials into Saryuja. I don't know why they didn't try and keep a material around, like literally any of their monsters. I don't know why they didn't do that. Because they had a link, too, so they could have just done that. Oh, I guess. Never mind. You need this for the 4 effect, which is to draw cards, but, yeah, still. Anyway, they're going to cycle back the Cyberstein. Did you see it? Oh. Oh, there he goes. They're going to draw 2. Then they're going to special summon out the Cyberstein. They're going to special summon out the Naturia Exterio, and this is their game plan. Now, they made a crucial mistake. They summoned this here instead of right here. Literally, had they just summoned it 1 over, it could have been 3,000 attack points bigger. Or 300 attack points bigger due to this effect, right? If a monster is normal or special to his own this card points to, it gains 300 attack and defense. So it could have been big enough to contest Protoss or Draco Berserker or anything. So there you go. They're going to keep activating their stuff, just discarding for no reason. They're going to special summon out the Mothman. They're going to activate the effect there, and then card destruction. So, turns out, me sniping the specific cards that I did, ended up saving me, because that means, one, they didn't have nearly as many materials, but two, and more importantly, I didn't deck out to my own max C. Now, we also drew Droplet. We only drew one, and then we drew the other just barely, so that's very nice for us. They're going to go for the IP here. We're going to draw a card. They're going to go Saryuja. They're going to link off into Decode Talker. I think at this point, they're just like, deck out. Just deck out. And then they go Zeraboros. Now, I think this is ultimately their plan. Get Snow into the grave, which is right here. And then use this in order to stop them or banish everything. Which should be enough to kill, right? I drew the second Called By. I also have Draco Berserker, which banishes. So, there's that. I'm going to try and tag out here with the Baron in order to go for the Moye. They're going to go for their Snow here. And now, if any card is special summoned to any of the zones that this card points to, everything gets banished. Which is not actually that big of a deal, because I can literally just normal summon a monster. That's it. I just normal summon a monster and they lose. But I don't want it to come to that. I like my Baron. I like my Draco. So I'm going to try and Called By this. To the which they're going to chain again. Banish a whole bunch more stuff, which makes this bigger, by the way. To the which I will chain the Draco, and they will scoop. I had the second Called By as well, which I could have used. Actually, they don't scoop. Sorry. I won in time limit. But they didn't have enough targets to utilize the Snow a third time in a row, because they had exactly 7 after that, minus the Snow, obviously, that they could have banished, including the Zeraboros, which would have entirely stopped their combo. So, didn't matter. Even if they had banished everything, I just normal summon something and then go, alright, good game. But yeah, that was just very funny. Alright, and here we are going first with this hand. If I get ashed, it's over. Like, I can't do anything. I don't get ashed, I get Moye to my hand, and we are off to the races. Happy day. We're going to grab up the token, and then we're going to send the Ashana to add the Adhara. We're going to go for Chixiao here. Chixiao effect, Moye effect. In sequence, draw Moye, add Long One. Long One, pitch the Adhara, and down comes Nib. Now that's a good time to Nib, seeing as how it stops Baron from coming out. But all in all, we can still play here. So we're going to go for the Ashana here in order to go and add the Adhara. Then Adhara to add back the Ashana, because we have not yet used Ashana's effect to special summon itself. You've probably already seen this play, but that's because it's very similar. We're going to go for Shaman of the Tenyi. Shaman of the Tenyi is going to pitch the Moye, which I don't know if I regret that, but I'm definitely not pitching Protoss because we can still summon it. And I didn't know if I wanted to pitch the Blackout or not. So, there you go. We're going to bring out the Chixiao. We're going to banish 3 to go for Protoss. We're going to call Dark. We're going to set 2 and pass. Not the greatest board, but considering it was through Nibiru, 2 set cards, an Omni Negate, no Darks. Yeah, pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I call level 2. I don't know why I call level 2 on this reasoning. I just do. And it turns out that was the right call, because Maxi gets revealed and it just goes to the grave. I'm going to negate the Chamber Dragon Maid, because that's scary. Ooh, scary. They're going to go for Hospitality here. They are going to pitch and special the Parlor. I'm going to go and chain Blackout, targeting our Protoss, which just can't be destroyed, so it's fine. And then I'm going to chain to that the Droplet in order to send away the Blackout to negate, because of this card. If a dragon monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. I'm basically saying, hey, either your monster is destroyed or it's negated. Either or. So it gets negated because, of course, they banish it. Why would they not? And then they try and tag out because it's funny. They go to the main phase 2. They are going to link off 4 hieratic seals, and then they will pass the turn. I don't know why they didn't just activate this. Like, they could have just activated this, and then I wouldn't have had a response. But I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, they're just going to go for the hieratic seal. They're going to shuffle away the Chi-Xiao, activate the effect, special summon out the Parlor, go for the tidying, or sending the tidying, and proceed from there. I'm going to use Protoss to call Wind. Then we will use Adhara, which locks us into Worms, to add to our hand a Moye. Normal Moye, reveal Emergence, since we drew it off the top. They're going to go for Tidying here, since they don't want their effect to be negated. And they are going to go for the Chamber Dragon Maid to add the Tidying, or Changeover. We're going to go for the Chi-Xiao, Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, draw Droplet, and then add the Long One. We're just going to go for Long One, not even try and use the Emergence, because I don't know what that last card in their hand is. It could be an Ash Blossom. I don't know. So I'm just going to go for this. And I'm actually locked into Worms, so we go for Changing here. But either way, it's fine. We're going to burn him for 12 and then just proceed to battle, and we have a well over lethal. Not really a whole lot that they can do. If they had tried to tag out, we could also just negate them with the Chi-Xiao. So, again, not a whole lot that they could do, but good game. And that's it for this episode. I just wanted to show you guys some of these more interesting or unique duels. Yeah, that was basically it. Just kind of what I've been doing. I actually haven't played a lot of Master Duel in... This is literally the first day I've played it since I've gotten sick. Just been playing other things. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope that you guys did indeed enjoy. If you did, a like is very much so appreciated. And if you want to check out more content like this, as well as more Yu-Gi-Oh!, then just be sure to subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye.